The delicacy of embracing spirals duplicates a foreign tendency to graft the landscape. It dizzies itself to become peer pressured, grows through movement as time, the foot following the other, makes sound steps like wind howling, all I ever have be, the roundabout draining through the concept of a mind. Her brain bears logic when magic decides to leave the room. I'm barely in my body. I forget to conjure it here. I hone frequencies, out of possibilities, masquerading as Sundays. I take up space. I take up moons. I swallow ecstasies. I grin big. Forget a face is what trains the world's eyes to fancy elegies, a meteor crash of a serious self. Like how drunk and high and heartbroken the streets go leave me every weekend. Laugh at the minstrel showcase of a conscious being. Who you gonna be today? The tenacity fingering fiction of the human condition. Whose face you gonna sing today? Linger to bellow without teeth. Align to a cosmic counseling. Fly not to think. Blend not to blur. The lines of irrefutable irony. The x-ray of a melancholic poet. Drug-addled, drunken demon, dreary, drowning, desperate without cause. Who you gonna be today? Greet them at the astral. Tell them it was all a lie. Tell them this form is a second. Tell them to dread the spiraling, to enhance the spiraling, to force the spiraling, to manifest the spiraling, to embrace the spiraling, to distract the spiraling, to ride the spiraling, to stop the spiraling, to obliviate into madness and laugh at the fickle trickster who knows when to disappear into it all. I forget to laugh during the descent, the same self, the same question, take it all too seriously, the iridescent subject, the channeler, the menace, the griot, the society, and the society barking back at itself, brisk a dozen talks, only to kill the self. I was never here. I'm never here, the here is never here. The moment counts down to consent. Singularity in the electrodes of a heart monitor, charred teeth, charred soul, frozen nodes of fate awaiting the weight of its own feather and heart. Who you gon' be today at the center of infinite? The body proclaimed a black girl child. Each phase of puberty pronounced a testimony of humanity, yet the audience wasn't sold on the performance. Perchance power be in the voice of the child, a pistol trigger warning. The child wields an entity of fury through gritted teeth. The eye, it be collapsing. A primordial judgment to step foot on porous ground, philosophical unto extortion, burning passion unto exploitation, violent for preservation. Be the rage, don't perform it. Wear the rage, don't let it get stuck. Break the rage, don't fold it. Fiend the rage, don't fantasize. Surrender the rage, don't personalize. Drift the rage, don't escape. Stir the rage, don't let it build. Feminize the rage, don't father it. Transcend the rage, don't let it become you. Scope fallacies only to tell the truth. Be human always, but godless to your enemies. Be an enemy and reveal your palms to none. Appeal to no one, and let your greatness parade for the masses. All the forces testifying for me to spit on. Labs forget that my gums have been numb for a pair of 8 weeks. I witness my foes, a road to bloodlust. Every tasteless and varying attempt to harm my spirit will make a star out of me. I never needed nor wanted it in the first place. No Machiavellian setup can humble the God behind my tongue. Who you gonna be tomorrow? Reveal too much. Say nothing at all. Fish for compliments in a sea of sharks. Dress finely only to let the wolves rip you to shreds. Prance in their clothing every Sunday. Become a dusted metaphor or two. Pretend to be a writer. Fancy yourself a rock star. Scoff at the ridiculousness of a principled poet. Hear the spoken word slam, yet barely speak at all. Disappear into the key of destroy flat. Gaslight the imagination. Gaslight your mama. Gaslight your friends. Gaslight the city. Gaslight the you that plays Heyoka on stage. Gaslight the audience. Gaslight the one man without a soul who claims to be your. Gaslight the audience again. Gaslight the city again. Pretend to have a name 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 again. Transcend the spiral. Die fiercely only to be born again. In the margins of this third eye, a monarch butterfly exercises the feeling of you to be blossomed out of chaos. Honor the softness that craves to emanate from you. I care enough to observe the spectacle of myself. Charred innocence lingers its eyes into slumber. Camouflage youth impertinent to maturation. Fly north to eucalyptus. Forget the previous iteration of a soul's territory. Aim to testify upwards at the sky. Build this life as a temporary home. Chime exhales. Brew a prolonged death. Cry for no more here and what was and what is and what migrates. An endless topography of a heartbeat. The truest shape of me conquers into regeneration. There are no values stationary in this grace. Just an ounce of face, daring to smile itself into oblivion. In order to heal, accept the close proximity to annihilation. Your nearest deathbed is a mirror. It looks a lot like my eyes. Depart from ego. Design a framework composed of lotus bloom. And let your cynicism dissipate. Magic.